you join me here at Dunton, Ford's Technical Centre, and the weather, as you can tell, is rather windy today, so excuse my hair. As you will well know if you follow me on Instagram, this is my daily car. It's a Ford Fiesta ST MK8. It's the new version with a 1.5 3-cylinder turbo engine. And when this car was launched, it got a lot of critics in terms of the fact of would it be as good as the previous model, the Mark 7, which was so highly coveted within the Ford scene, and particularly amongst modifiers. Well, I can absolutely tell you this is one of my favourite cars I've ever driven. The steering feels like it's wired up to the mains, and it is just such a poised, amazing hot hatch. One of the most common questions I got asked when I collected this car was, will there be a special edition like the ST200? Well, I'm pleased to say there is, and here it is. So the Ford Fiesta Performance Edition is a unique vehicle because they made 600 cars only coming to the UK in this deep orange colour. It's a colour that's shared with the Focus Heritage, which I'm lucky enough to own one of, which they made 50 cars of to celebrate 50 years of Ford RS. This colour harks back to the early Mark 1 Escorts and Ford Capris, which were synonymous with the RS brand and sporting Fords. So for this car to share the colour, I think really is a great piece of heritage which this car supports. It comes with a few options that the standard car doesn't have. It has these lightweight wheels which absolutely look amazing against the orange paintwork. It's also lowered and has coilovers as well, so it's got the Ford Performance suspension. Also, another little thing that I noticed that I really like is this. Ford Performance number plates around. I've always said with any of these cars, it's in the detail, and it's those little special details that make all the difference. If you look on my car, I've actually changed the ST inlays by a well-known company, DMB. Those guys have supplied me a load of products over the years, and I only talk about the products I buy with my own money, which I have with these. And the car was wrapped by Blueprint in Nottingham with this fantastic tiger stripe design, which I just think sets the car apart from the normal run-of-the-mill car. And anyone that remembers me from my early days on Instagram, it also pays homage to my first Focus Mark III RS, which also shared the same tiger stripe design. And I absolutely love this car. This is the car I drive every day, and I never ever get bored of driving it. But let's have a look at the inside of the car now, which for me, the cabin on this car is absolutely fantastic. So here we are on the inside of the Fiesta ST Performance Edition, and it's first of all, the first thing you notice is these huggy seats. They are Recaro, which for most sporting Fords, with the exception of the Mark 1 Focus RS, which had Sparco seats, generally have Recaro interiors. And these actually, with these size bolsters with the double strip like this, they actually remind me very much of the 205 GTI from the 80s. Anyone that's owned one or knows that car will be able to see what I mean. It's got this fantastic, lovely kind of carbon effect interior. And then when you turn the car on, you get the ST logo coming up on the screen. And then it's got a whole host of fantastic features. But for me, the coolest part about this car is driving it. The steering feels like it's wired up to the mains. It's comfortable. I drove my car yesterday to Bolton and Burnley, back again, and I got out of it as fresh as the time I got in it. It's such a fantastic car. And the cabin quality in this new ST versus the previous generation is that step forward. For me, I liken it to when Ford went from the Mark 1 to the Mark 2 Focus. You saw a real leap forward in design quality, and that is a similar thing to what we see with this car today. The cabin quality is much more German, I would say, with this kind of metal finish gear knob and metal finish gear stick as well, with the aluminium and the leather. Big chunky steering wheel, which absolutely just gives you that great feel when you're going around on the roads. I cannot recommend this car more highly, and I'm so happy to say I've got one of these coming to my garage around August, September time. I was absolutely like, I had to have it. It matches my Focus heritage, and as a daily driver, I don't think there's a better hot hatch for this sort of money on the road today. What can I say? It's without doubt one of the best cars I've ever driven. And I'm not just saying that either. It's so composed, it handles well, it drives well, and most importantly, it's fun. And I cannot speak more highly of this car. For £20,000 to £25,000 in this sector, this is the best car available today, in my opinion, without a doubt. If you haven't driven one, get down to your dealer and give it a go. It is so good. I cannot explain how good. I love my daily driver. It is wicked. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, give it a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Cheers, guys.